World Championship Soccer for the Sega Genesis. This was the first football game that I ever played. And I'm curious to know what these audio channels sound like. Give me a second. Testing, testing, testing. I think we're good. I think this sounds alright. Yeah. Yeah. So this was the first football game I ever played. If I remember, there was like a combi pack. I think the Mega Drive had a couple of these. And God, what was on it? There was World Championship of Soccer. There was a motorbike game. It might have been like Super Hang-On or something like that. And what would that third game have been? Was Columns on one of those packs, maybe? God, I don't remember. But I definitely remember, I think the World Championships of Soccer, and I want to say Super Hang-On. I might be off on the game name there. But I remember having those, and it was like, hey, here are like 3 games in a pack. Which, pretty good value for money, you know? And obviously the thing with this game that I remember is that it uses a top-down perspective, which is probably completely fucking unplayable in 2024, but we'll see. First major issue I can see, I can't pick Republic of Ireland, so that's bollocks. How dare you? Even Scotland are on here. Come on, so what is this? This is 93, 90, no, actually might even be an earlier, might be like 91, 92. I'm not up to history on my knowledge of the Republic of Ireland team in the early 90s, but they were in World Cup 94, if I recall. Although this would be a little bit before then anyway. There we go. We got France. We got Holland, Belgium. Hang on. What? Trying to think about what Europe looks like in my head here. What the fuck is this? What is this middle section meant to be? Is this like just Switzerland, Austria, and whatever else just kind of slapped? Don't care about that. Oh, you're definitely Italy. Like, I'm guessing you're meant to be Germany, and then maybe you're Poland, and then Africa. Don't give a fuck about you, but you're what, Morocco and Algeria, I think. China got in here, South Korea got in here, Japan got in, Russia obviously got in, Australia, now I get fucked. Canada, nope. States, Mexico, Brazil, Colombia, I'm guessing, Argentina. I have no idea what's below Brazil. So it's an assortment. I'll pick England just to keep it simple. Butcher, Mills, Thompson. These don't seem like the names of real players. S, K, T, and A. Shot. Kill. Tackle. Attack? What the fuck is K? What would K be? Well, we want tackling for defend. I presume T is tackling. Midfield. What is K? Is it control? Is it Mortal Kombat control? Like, what? I don't know. I don't know. And then attack. I guess we want high. Kind of, maybe. I'm not sure. Whatever. Minnows. I didn't even see what these two over here. Like, I think that's Romania, which means you are. What even would you be? Because Hungary is to the west, and Bulgaria, I think, is actually that one. So what is directly below? I have no idea. Whatever. Oh, Yugoslavia. Okay. Not before my time. I was around when Yugoslavia was a thing, but that was also a while ago now. Alright. Immediately off the back, I really appreciate the... There's a certain sound that you get on the Mega Drive. There's like a chunkiness, I think is the only way I can describe it. And there's a particular sound you get when kicking the ball here. I don't know if you ever remember, in the original Sonic the Hedgehog, the Marble Zone, when you have like the chains that are like kind of coming up and down, it sounds similar to that. Yugoslavia unintentionally won Denmark the Euros in 1902 by pulling out and letting Denmark in, who went on to... Oh, yeah! Well, I didn't know about that in regards to being the reason Denmark went through, but I do remember Denmark winning 92. There's kind of like... It's interesting, like, when you slide tackle or you tackle someone, if you ever remember in the original Grand Theft Auto, like with the 2D sprites, when you'd flatten someone and they're kind of flat on the ground, kind of looks similar to that. Podcast is live and seeing Jimmy eat well tonight. How about that? So for anyone who is either watching the stream or watching the VOD, you can go listen to Link to the Cast on your podcasting platform of choice, where myself and my very good friend Jack Lazell spoke about all the happenings this week. What the hell did we even talk about this week? That was so long ago. Do you know what? I hadn't even thought about that. Honestly, with the way things are going with Blue Sky, we'd probably like match our follower count fairly quickly. I've now been off Twitter for a couple of days. Is like everyone else off of Twitter now? I know you had a Blue Sky account from ages ago, but like, have you made the switch officially? So I will say, like, control-wise, this isn't as stiff as I thought that it might be. The top-down perspective makes it really, like, impossible to know where you're trying to aim for. But it is playable. Alright, so... part of the problem I've got is, like, any... Okay, that's pass. Any control scheme that I use that isn't, like, a kind of standard PlayStation, Xbox control mapping scheme, it's hard to know, like, what constitutes... So in this case with the Mega Drive, what constitutes as A, B, and C. Oh, that was so cool! That was cool! Oh, I remember that. Oh, it's the little touches. But I think... so A on my Xbox controller, which might be B. So that's the, like, the long pass. And then I think C is short pass, which I'm hoping means that A on the Mega Drive is shoot. And if I can get in front of the goal again, I'll test this out. See, if I was playing as Ireland, we'd be winning right now. Okay, that's definitely shoot. That's definitely to shoot. I don't even know if you can foul, because like most of my tackles have definitely been behind my opponent, and again, the referee is very lenient. Yeah, but we'd surely still be able to take down the mighty Yugoslavia. One would imagine. They had bigger issues going on at the time. Oh, that was a diving header! That was amazing. Do you know what? There's a level of intensity to this where, because you really don't see the ball go off the pitch that much. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? You know, like the action is non-stop. Fuck me, that was terrible. $3-0. It's embarrassing. But yeah, I think like this actually plays fairly well. It's not something that I think I'd play more than a couple of rounds of before I kind of get sick of it. But to go the top-down choice, you know, it's not something that you really see. And I do think that like FIFA coming along and doing the isometric approach is way more conducive to like just a more pleasant experience with playing a football game from the early 90s. But I do appreciate that Sega went with a top-down approach, and it does stand out as a result. Imagine if imagine if Sky Sports were like, fuck it, we're doing top-down from now on. That'd be incredible. At least give us the option, you know? Like, there's some sicko out there who's like, this is how I want to watch my football. I want at least one goal. Or at least a shot on target would be nice. Or to not concede a fourth. I thought that was going wide, but he gets his one. Who are we going to credit that to? David Platt? Gascoigne? Well, actually, what were our striking options in like 92, 93? Because Lineker was gone by then? He must have been gone round about that time. Shearer would have been a bit too young, maybe. Was it still Lineker? Okay. What, did he retire, like, after we failed for 94? My knowledge of, like, early 90s England is kind of limited. Because I didn't start watching football, or, like, really register international football till Euro 96. So anything before then is all, like, homework, but I haven't done that much, to be honest. Would Shearer have been in, like, the 90s squad, or is that too early? Like Alan Michaelo in 98. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, Peter Beardsley. You really don't see a football player like Peter Beardsley anymore, do you? Like, that's very much one of those, they don't make him like that anymore. Oh, off the goal line! Off the fucking goal line! That was a fucking Pele. Calm the fuck down now. Jeez. Yeah, fouling is just completely non-existent in this game. Ugh. Alright, that was... Do you know what? I enjoyed my time with that. And, you know, there is a certain amount of, like, nostalgic tinge to it, because, again, this was, like, the first football game that I would have remembered playing growing up. But that wasn't too bad. I appreciate you go back to, like, the literal fucking Sega boot up screen. Alright. What is... I'm not going to do the World Championship, but I just want to kind of have a look and see, like, what does the setup for that look like. We'll go Brazil for the bands. I mean, anyone called Batista is alright in my books. Alright, so we... okay, so it's just... I'm presuming it's like a knockout World Cup type scenario. Look at that presentation. Fuck me. No expenses spared on that UI there. Oh, we've actually got more than one song as well. I was convinced we were just going to have the one song playing in the background. But there's some nice little touches, like the way the ball zooms towards you when it's up in the air gives you, you know, like the simulation of 3D. And there's even there's a shadow on the ball as well. No shadow on the players, but there is a little one under the ball when it's off the ground. That's actually quite a nice touch. There's actually quite a samba flair to this. I'm wondering if, like, each home team has their own theme song. I wonder what the Yugoslavia one sounds like. Oh, off the woodwork! Come on, we can get top bins in before half time. The problem is because there's no, like, sprint button. If you're neck and neck with an opposing player, you basically can't get away from them. And, like, if they just kind of run in your general direction, I'm not really sure how the physics works in regard. Physics might not be the right word, but it's just like if the ball detects there's another player around you, it just kind of, like, attaches onto them. If I am to look at some of the issues that I have with the game, the complete lack of options in regards to, you know, even like a friendly match, you can't change the timer. Like, that's the one thing, probably more than anything else, just to be able to change, like, if you want a 2-minute match, 5-minute match, etc., etc. Because I would have thought, even, you know, by 91, 92, whenever this was, that doesn't seem like something that would be that much of a hassle to implement. I don't think that would be like adding any more kind of memory, like RAM costs to the game. But there is 2-player, so oh my god. I was really hoping I could keep a clean sheet till half time. I would consider that progression, but alas. That should have been a penalty. On a VAR check. Alright. We'll leave it there. Can you hear that? That's really weird. That's really weird. Is that like a thing with the Genesis or the emulator? Who knows? Who knows? That was World Championship Soccer for the Genesis. Do you know what? I think we're already going to be like we're 2 games in, and I make my first like real kind of controversial decision here. I think I enjoy World Championship Soccer more than Actua Soccer. Oh, hang on. There we go. I think that like Actua Soccer, there are elements of it that are better in terms of like the matchday presentation, but you sometimes run into this issue with those early 3D games where the movement or the control, just things feel a bit stiff. And they do feel a bit stiff here as well, but there's I guess there's just like a kind of arcade. It's kind of the thing like with those early SmackDown games where like SmackDown or the SmackDown games against the N64 Aki games, and there's an arcade element to those early SmackDown games where there's no like thought process whatsoever. It's just like bam, 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 bang. And it's kind of the same here, where there's no real skill involved, but there's constant movement and there's constantly something happening. And I guess there's something kind of novel about the top-down perspective that I kind of appreciate. And I think I'd put World Championship Soccer above Actua Soccer. I don't know if that is controversial. Please let me know in the comments below whenever the VOD for this goes out. But yeah, I think that I'm not sure holds up is the right term to use, because I really don't think it does. But certainly for a game from its time, it is playable. It is absolutely playable, and I do think actually this in a multiplayer setting is, I think, more fun than Actua Soccer. I think the arcadey elements of it would probably shine through more in a kind of multiplayer setting. That just kind of like chaos element to it. So yeah, that was World Championship Soccer.